Welcome guys to the next installment in the options trading strategies tutorial series. In this one, we'll discuss butterflies and iron condors. So in the last video, we discussed straddles and strangles, which benefit if the stock price has a large move in either direction, right? We're expecting some volatility. We just don't have a bias on the direction. In this case, both iron condors and butterflies are used when we expect the price to be range bound, right? We do not expect a big volatility in either of the directions. So in that case, what are iron condors? Iron condors are simply the combination of a bull put spread and a bear call spread. If you guys remember from the previous videos, in both of these, you receive some premium. So for a bear call spread, you expect bearish prices, you sell the more expensive call and you buy a cheaper one. In a bull put spread, you expect bullish prices, you sell the more expensive put and buy a cheaper one. In this case, since you're expecting range bound prices, you put both of these spreads on, you receive the premium, and then you don't want price to leave that range that you're expecting it to be in. So let's take an example. If the current stock price is, let's say, around 45, we sell this 50 call and buy a 55 one, you expect to receive some premium from this position. And let's say you sell the 40 put and buy the 35 one, you expect to receive some premium from that position. So if the price on expiration is between 40 and 50, you keep the entire premium and are in profit. Now let's say price did move out of the range, it goes below 40, in which case what will happen is you will suffer some losses based on the combo you should know from bull put spread. Same way you will suffer some losses if the price goes above 50. Now as long as the losses are covered by the premium, you're going to end up in profit. If not, you lose a specific amount, but your losses are capped. So that's the advantage of iron condors, is that your losses are capped and you receive premium, compared to straddles and strangles, where if you try and receive premium, your losses are uncapped. So those ones you will always pay premium and put on a long straddle or long strangle position rather than trying to be short them. Next ones are butterfly spreads. Again, the same premise. You expect the price to be range bound, but in this case, you're not always receiving a premium upfront. So the way butterfly spread is put is you're buying a call, you're selling two calls, and then you're buying another call such that the ones you buy, the calls that you buy, envelop the calls you sell. So for example, in this case, we will buy a $30 call, we'll buy a $50 call, and we'll sell the two $40 calls. So sometimes in this case, you might receive premium, but more often than not, you won't. As long as price is range bound between this 30 and 50 envelope, the ones you sold will expire near worthless, and the profit from the cheaper call that you bought will compensate for the loss from the more expensive call you bought. So in this case, if price goes a lot out of the range, let's say it's below 30 on expiration, the calls you bought expire worthless, but then you will have some premium to make up. More often than not, if price goes out of the range, you will end up in a loss. If the price is within range, the $40 calls you sold would not give you enough damage, where $30 calls you bought will make up for the damage from $40 calls you sold, as well as the more expensive call you bought. So you can see the payoff structure is slightly different from iron condors. Ideally, I would suggest to put on iron condors, but this is another strategy to explore, just a slightly different payoff structure. So for now, I simply wanted to introduce all the different strategies. Now you guys have an idea of what kind of strategies to employ if you have a bearish bias, bullish direction, if you have a bias on the volatility. And now you have all the tools in your arsenal to put the different kinds of options positions. And from now on, we'll discuss the options Greeks and see how the different positions will move based on the change in the stock price, based on the change in the time to expiration, as well as the implied volatility. All right, until the next videos, good luck guys. Try and study these different strategies and let's get it.